Hello, everybody, and welcome to the August 14th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine. Let's start off by just talking about something that happened over the weekend. I've been meaning to talk about this. Um, Unite the Right 2 happened during, of course, when Dinesh D'Souza was still trying to promote Birth of the Nation. Or not Birth of a Nation, Death of a Nation. I get those two movies confused a lot. And we'll talk more about Dinesh D'Souza in a minute, don't worry. However, it turns out, I'm not kidding here, there were 25 people, at most 30, at the rally at Unite the Right 2. For reference sake, BronyCon had about 5,500 people. Now, 5,500 divided by 30, that's is 183 and a third. There are 183 and a third times more people at BronyCon than there were at Unite the Right 2. You really succeeded in mangaing, don't worry. You've made America great again. Because there are so few of you, honestly. This is proof white nationalism's a joke. Because all of them were too busy reading Daily Stormer all day to really care about the fact that a literal Nazi, and I mean that, by the way, when I say a literal Nazi movement. But yeah, luckily white nationalism and white supremacy seems to be fading as of right now. And I'm very happy for that fact, for the record. It just shows what a joke they are, honestly. Because if their ideology was so good, if it was true that all white people are just being screwed by this national juke, and by the way, Jews typically are white. Figured they should know. Like, seriously, I can't honestly think of... Sometimes there probably have been one or two. I don't know. But, like, you think more white people would have caught on by now, is what I'm saying. And they can't catch on because what they're saying doesn't exist. And they're just insane. But, okay. In other news, Ben Shapiro has offered $10,000 to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's campaign to debate her. Which, by the way, is illegal. It can't be over $2,700, although Ben is buddies with Dinesh D'Souza. He could probably get out of it if you catch my drift. Because the party of law and order really doesn't care about white-collar crimes. But, or he could probably just blame the Obama administration for not allowing complete corruption. It victimized me. I'm Ben Shapiro. I'm against identity politics, but I also like the ethno-states of Israel, and reminded that all white people are being ruined, and black people are just being screwed by welfare, because we allow them to get welfare, okay? Okay, folks. Seriously, you want to talk about real racism? The welfare ruined black people theory is like peak racism. But honestly, I don't think $10,000 is a fair market value to deal with Ben Shapiro. I think maybe $100,000, and that's what Candace Owens offered Cortez. But in Owens' case, I'd say the fair market value is about 50 grand. And in Dylan's case, because he also tried to do it with $1 million, you'd have to pay me like $1 billion to deal with Dylan. I think that's a very fair market value, because Dylan is just the most annoying of all of them. I mean, Dylan just tweets, and when he's talking, his voice is fine. It's not like Shapiro. Well, you can kind of do this and mock it. I'm Ben Shapiro. It's just everything he says is wrong. But okay. Is it unfair for Cortez to, for instance, compare it to catcalling? Probably. Does it mean that Ben Shapiro should still debate Cortez? I actually do want to see Cortez debate Shapiro. If only because I know Shapiro would lose because his arguments are so weak. I mean, honestly, I personally do not think Cortez should also. I think the main reason Cortez doesn't want to debate Shapiro or Owens is because they aren't even properly representing their views. Like, they constantly frame it as it'd be capitalism versus socialism, which anyone who actually follows Cortez, which I did for months before any of these people did, would know that Cortez is a social democrat, not a socialist, meaning she does believe capitalism is okay in some forms. I mean, for God's sake, I don't think there's ever been a person who's 100% anti capitalism in all scenarios. I mean, even Marx in the Communist Manifesto directly said capitalism was the best idea humans ever came up with. But no, no, no. He couldn't have said that. He's a communist. No one is fully against, especially, mind you, not in the US. Or, there are no major US politicians in who are communists. That's why when the CIA infiltrated the Communist Party, they ended up infiltrating themselves essentially. I figured I'd end. We've already established these people don't care about campaign finance laws by two tweets from Dylan. The first one, looking for cheap entertainment? Attach Trump stickers to a liberal's car and watch them attack each other. First off, I'm pretty sure, I don't think that directly falls under vandalism, but it does fall under that branch of forcefully putting something on someone else's car they don't agree with. But second off, you are advocating violence for that by your own admission. You constantly go on about how violent liberals are. Well, then what are you doing? No, seriously, what are you doing there? And the second one is also from Dylan. I just love this so much. We need to stop calling them Democrats and start calling them what they really are, socialists and communists, because those are the ideologies they have embraced. By not calling them that, we give them the shield to hide behind while they peddle their bullshit to the masses. Um, just, wow. And directly below is a piece called Beware the Useful Idiots. It is amazing. I'm just going to read some of these. Recall that Hillary did her college thesis on his writing, and Obama writes about him in his books. I have no clue who him is. Oh, wait, Saul Alosky, that's who they're talking about, died about 43 years ago, but his writings influenced those in political control of our nation today. Died June 12th, 1970. Yeah, I heard, Dinesh make the same argument. How to Create a Social State by Saul Alosky. There are 8 levels of control that must be obtained before you are able to create a social state. I assume they mean socialist state. The first is the most important. Healthcare. Control healthcare and you control the people. Give me a second. I'm pulling this up right now in front of all of you for the record. But stop this video and go to the Economic Freedom Index. It's actually a very useful tool to debunk these idiots. Let me just tell you all something. These are the country rankings. Australia has universal health care. They're number 5. UK, universal health care, number 8. Canada, universal health care, number 9. Denmark, universal health care, 12. Sweden, universal health care, 15. The United States is number 18. The Netherlands is 17, and they have universal health care, by the way. So this is just a lie, a downright lie at that. Poverty. Increase the poverty level as high as possible. Poor people are easier to control and will not fight back if you're providing everything for them to live. That sounds like a socialist argument. Debt. Increase the debt to unsustainable levels. That way you are able to increase taxes, and this will reduce more poverty. That's not how anything works. And by the way, good to know you understand the true comrade George W. Bush. Gun control. Remove the ability to defend themselves from the government. That way you are able... Okay, again, go back to the Economic Freedom Index. welfare, take control of every aspect of their lives. Yes, a conspiracy. We just talked about this. Education, take control of what people read and listen to, take control of what children learn in schools. Religion, remove the belief in God from the government and schools. Again, look at that index. Class warfare isn't a thing that exists. Sorry. That was a little judgmental. But I am being judgmental because this is stupid. Anyway, I'm Ephrom, and good night.